Hey everyone, I wish I was coming to you today with some good news, some really good news, but the truth is, things are getting tough at the grocery store, and by tough, I mean we're talking empty shelves, soaring prices, and experts warning of a full-blown food crisis. That's right, a food crisis. I know it sounds scary, and honestly it is. It feels like every time we go to the grocery store, prices have jumped higher. But here's the thing, we don't have to be caught off guard. We can prepare. We can be smart. And that's why I wanted to talk to you all today, to give you the heads up, the inside scoop on what's happening and what we can do about it. We're going to break down 8 essential grocery items that experts are predicting will either skyrocket in price or become incredibly difficult to find by March 2025. That's right around the corner, folks. So buckle up, get your shopping list ready, and let's get informed. All right, first up, we've got meat and poultry. Yeah, I know it's a bummer. It seems like everything that tastes good is the first to go, right? But seriously, this is one of the biggest concerns right now. The cost of raising livestock is going through the roof. We're talking about the price of feed, the cost of transportation, even the labor shortage is impacting things. All of this adds up, and guess who ends up footing the bill? That's right, we do. Now, I'm not saying we all need to become vegetarian overnight, but it's definitely time to get smart about our meat consumption. Maybe try incorporating a few more meatless meals into your week. Think pasta night, veggie burgers, lentil soup, you get the idea. And hey, if you find a good deal on chicken or beef, stock up. Fill up that freezer, folks. Having extra meat on hand will be a lifesaver if prices continue to climb. Okay, this next one is a bit concerning. We're talking about bottled water. I know, we've all heard the message about reducing plastic waste, but sometimes bottled water is a necessity. But here's the thing, it's not just the plastic that's the problem anymore, it's the water itself. Droughts are becoming more severe and more frequent, which means less water to go around. On top of that, the cost of producing and transporting bottled water is also on the rise. So what does this mean for us? Well, get ready to see those prices climb, and I'm not talking about a few cents here and there. We're talking double, maybe even triple the price we're used to paying. Now's the time to invest in a good reusable water bottle and maybe consider a water filter for your home. It's time to get serious about conserving water, folks. This one's a double whammy: pasta and rice. These are staples in households around the world. And unfortunately, they're also feeling the heat. Global supply chains are still recovering from the pandemic, and now we're dealing with the war in Ukraine, which is a major exporter of wheat. This perfect storm of events has led to shortages and price hikes on these essential grains. We're already seeing some countries restricting exports to protect their own food supplies, which could make finding these items even tougher in the coming months. So what can you do? Well, first, don't panic buy. Hoarding will only make the problem worse. But it is a good idea to have a few extra bags of rice and pasta in your pantry, just in case. Chapter 4. The high cost of your daily grind. Coffee and tea in trouble, calling all coffee lovers, and tea drinkers too. I've got some news you might not want to hear. Get ready to pony up some serious cash for your morning cup of joe, because coffee prices are about to skyrocket. Poor coffee bean harvests in major growing regions, combined with those pesky global transportation delays, mean that our beloved coffee is becoming a luxury item. And if you're more of a tea person, don't think you're off the hook. Certain varieties of tea are already seeing record price hikes, and experts predict this trend will only continue. So what can you do? Well, you could try cutting back on your caffeine intake, but let's be real, who wants to do that? Maybe explore some local coffee roasters or try growing your own herbs for tea. Chapter 5. Dairy Dilemma. Milk, cheese and butter on the brink. Remember the days of cheap and plentiful milk, cheese and butter? Well, those days might be coming to an end. Dairy farms are facing some serious challenges, from rising feed costs to labor shortages, and it's putting a strain on the entire industry. We're talking about farms shutting down, folks, which means less milk, cheese and butter to go around. And you know what happens when supply goes down? That's right, prices go up. Experts are predicting that dairy products could become completely unaffordable for many families by March 2025. I know it's a lot to digest, so what can we do? Well, now might be a good time to explore some dairy alternatives like almond milk or oat milk. And hey, if you're a cheese lover like me, maybe it's time to perfect that vegan cheese sauce recipe. Chapter 6. can-do attitude canned foods flying off the shelves. For years, canned goods have been a pantry staple, a reliable source of affordable nutrition. But unfortunately, even canned foods are feeling the pressure of the global food crisis. We're talking about canned fruits, vegetables, soups, you name it. Supply chain disruptions, increased demand, and rising production costs have all contributed to this perfect storm. Prices are climbing, and in some cases, those shelves are starting to look a little bare. I know, it's enough to make you want to build a bunker and stock it full of canned goods. And hey, while we're not advocating for full-blown doomsday prepping, it's not a bad idea to have a well-stocked pantry. Chapter 7. The Staff of Life flour and bread prices on the rise. Bread, glorious bread. It's a staple in cultures around the world. But, unfortunately, this humble food is facing some serious challenges. The price of flour is soaring, and that means the price of bread is following suit. We're talking about empty shelves, limited selections, and sticker shock in the bakery aisle. So, what's behind this bread-related crisis? Well, it's a combination of factors. Climate changes leading to more extreme weather events like droughts and floods, which can devastate wheat crops. And remember the war in Ukraine we talked about earlier? Yeah, that's not helping either. Ukraine is a major wheat exporter, and the conflict has disrupted global supplies. Chapter 8. Oil and water don't mix, and neither do empty shelves and cooking oil. Last but certainly not least, we come to cooking oil. Yes, even the oil we use to cook our food is caught in the crosshairs of this global food crisis. We're talking about all kinds of cooking oil here, from olive oil to vegetable oil to canola oil. Prices have already doubled in some areas, and experts are predicting that cooking oil could become one of the hardest items to find by March 2025. Why is this happening? Well, it's a combination of factors, including droughts in major oil-producing regions, global supply chain issues, and even export bans imposed by some countries trying to protect their own food supplies. It's a recipe for disaster, and it's leaving many families wondering how they're going to afford to put food on the table. So there you have it, folks. 8 essential grocery items that could become incredibly expensive or even disappear from shelves by March 2025. It's a lot to take in, I know. But remember, knowledge is power. The more informed we are, the better prepared we can be to navigate these challenging times. Now, I'm not saying we need to start hoarding supplies or building underground bunkers, but it is a good idea to be proactive. Start by gradually building up your pantry with non-perishable items. Consider planting a small garden or joining a community garden to supplement your grocery shopping. And most importantly, let's support each other. Share resources, share information, and let's get through this together. Remember, even in the face of uncertainty, there's always hope. We're a resilient bunch, and by working together, we can weather this storm and come out stronger on the other side. Now, let's hear from you. What are you stocking up on? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more updates on grocery prices and how to navigate this food crisis. These 8 grocery items will be priceless in March 2025. Prices are rising fast and shortages are getting worse. Don't wait until it's too late. Prepare now and protect your family from the food crisis. Like and comment. What are you stocking up on? Subscribe for more grocery price updates.